2 weeks ago, I spoke on the sidewalk and its high cost. I mentioned TIF funds in schools. Later in the meeting, someone used the word, quote, misinformation, unquote, in relation to TIF in the schools and mentioned the, quote, make whole, unquote, agreement between the city and the schools. I'd like to read part of an email from the city manager to Mac McIntyre from January of 2009. It's on Mac's blog. Pretty much anything that's on Mac's blog I've looked at. Quote, hello, Mac. A 2003 intergovernmental agreement between the city and the school district, commonly referred to as the, quote, make whole agreement, obligates the city to return TIF dollars to the school district in the form of reimbursement of the school district's expenses related to the capital improvements to Clinton, Rosette, Huntley, and Cheeseboro. Based on a formula within that agreement, the maximum amount that the city returns to the school district is an amount equal to the set property tax impact of the school district realizes due to the existence of the TIF. I should have used larger type, holy cow. Upon receipt of verifiable expenses, the city reimbursed the school district up to this maximum amount. To date, there are approximately $2.0 million in expenses the school district can incur at these locations that can be reimbursed by the city through TIF. These monies are currently available in the TIF's fund balance. This agreement expires at the end of 2010, so any expenses incurred thereafter would not be eligible for reimbursement, unquote. None of that affects what I said 2 weeks ago, so I'm going to stand behind what I said 2 weeks ago. Kind of in a related topic, I'd like to point out that Senate Bill 189 is now Public Act 09660542, and I'm aware that the city's clerk office is already ahead of the game in making changes to upgrade to this new FOIA process, which starts January 1st, 2010. I think with the new website that the city is working on, that we can do a lot better. The city of Chicago recently passed a groundbreaking TIF sunshine ordinance, kind of a result of backlash from the windows and doors factory. Chicago Ward Alderman 1, Manny Flores, was a driving force behind the TIF sunshine ordinance, and he was kind enough to respond to email. I'd like to see DeKalb pass something similar and create a TIF database and get a lot more information out to the public. Chicago believes the TIF sunshine ordinance would be more cost effective than responding to a mound of FOIA requests. Get more information out to the public, explain more from where TIF funds come from and where they go. Chicago has documents and resources explaining TIF to the public. Next, I do hope the city does take the steps to bring our firefighters back. Lastly, the neighborhood watches in Ward 3 will be hosting a thank you event on Wednesday, September 2nd. Cookies for Cops, an idea we stole from another community. 6:30 to 8 p.m., Liberty Park on Lewis Street. It's a dessert potluck to thank the police department for the work in their neighborhood. And I do have 10 copies of Chicago's TIF ordinance, the easy to read version. I've got 2 copies for the media.
Thank you, Kay.